Coming up on City Spotlight, we are on location in Marshall. We'll be joined by the Mayor of Marshall, Camie Sanders, and Jennifer Bishop of the Marshall Area Chamber of Commerce. We will talk about the future of the new swimming pool in Marshall and the International Mural Painting event taking place here in Marshall. That's next on City Spotlight. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com. Welcome to this latest edition of City Spotlight. We're on location in Marshall here in this third week of June, and we're talking about the Marshall International Mural Painting event. That's why we're here on location in Marshall, and we'll talk plenty about that with the Walldogs being in town and the many murals going up. We welcome the Mayor of Marshall, Camie Sanders, to the program.
Thank you very much.
Glad to be here in Marshall, and we're going to talk plenty about the Walldogs here, and we'll check a little featurette about it at the end of the program. But first, Camie, let's talk about a month ago, so about May 23rd, I think, was the City Council meeting where a resolution was passed for a new swimming pool in Marshall. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we're moving right along on it. The City Council, we had to have a resolution passed so we knew just how much the city could put in, how much the city could afford of it, where the payment money would be coming from, those kind of things. So we passed a resolution of support, and we've got a donor that's really willing to help us get this fundraiser kicked off big time. And it's just going to take a lot of work, a lot of fundraising, but it's a real doable project, and will it get done this time next year? I don't know, but we sure have high hopes we can get it going and get it done by then. We're just getting started on it, so we'll just have to get out and really raise some money.
Very beginning stages of that project.
Yeah.
I talked to you just a couple days after that meeting, and one thing you told me about the electricity in the room that night. Can you tell us how people reacted? What it looked like?
It was very, very positive in favor of the pool. It's very dear to a lot of people in town. It doesn't matter whether you use it or not. It's something that Marshall's always had. Always, when you were growing up, you always went to the pool, and the pool they're proposing is big enough that it's going to draw people from the outside in. It'll be a nice one. And most cities are closing their pools, and we're determined to keep ours not only going, but growing. And if it's big enough and it's nice enough, instead of losing money with a community pool, we could actually maybe break even, which would be great for once. So,
based on the way you described it, it does mean a lot to Marshall.
Yeah.
60 plus years, so the start of the 7th decade of the swimming pool in Marshall, so there's going to be a new one moving forward. What can you tell us? What kind of information can you tell us about moving forward? When would you hope for it to be starting to be worked on?
Well, hopefully. Like I said, a lot of it depends on the fundraising and where we get to and how fast we get there. But hopefully, as soon as this late fall, maybe we could start tearing the old one out. You've got a lot of permits, a lot of things to go through, and all that depends on how the money comes in, where you get started on that. But it would be nice to see the old pool start getting tore out, and they said no matter what, we would be very lucky to have one, even if everything went well, a new one opened by July 1 of next year. So
I know you went through several proposals and models, and the one that you guys selected, what's one thing that off the top of your head that you like about it?
It's not too big. It's not something we can't support, which was very important. You can overdo, and this one will be quite a bit bigger than one we have, but it won't be too big for the community to support it. There will be some nice water slides on it. There will be competition swimming lanes in it. It'll be zero entrance. There'll be a what do they call it, splash pad. There'll be some other amenities to it. One thing they're looking at is a nice rock climbing wall. That's something you don't find around here, and I think that'd be a draw for the teens. The big thing is to get families there, the people that are 30s, 20s, 30s, have young kids, teenage kids, give them somewhere to go where they don't have to get in the car and drive all the way to Holiday World or something for a nice day out. So that's kind of what, that's our attempt.
And this will be at the current
Yeah,
location
yeah.
of the current
Yeah,
current
we'll
pool.
be squeezing it in there with that little part because it'll be a little tight, but it'll work.
Very good. Exciting news there for Marshall. A new swimming pool coming, hopefully down the road here in a year or plus. There was also a dedication that took place recently here during this week of the Walldogs being here. What can you tell us about this dedication?
Well, it was called the National Road Kiosk dedication. It's out at the log cabin here on Route 1, and it explains what's here in town and where because Marshall's where the National Road starts in Illinois, and it just shows how it got started here, the proposal of it, the purpose of it. We've got a nice exhibits down at Harlan Hall on the National Road. You can come tour, and it all sinks in, and then I think it's the 12th of August will be the National Road Out. On Marshall's National Road Night Out on the National Road.
Yep.
It was a tremendous success last year. Jennifer and Tim did a great job. They got, I say them, but there were a lot of people involved. But right, there was a lot of activity downtown. The downtown was full. It was great. And the nice thing about it was it didn't cost anybody anything. Everything was, whatever the kids had done, face painting, whatever it was all free. And we try to do at least 1 or 2 events every month that gets the kids out and the parents out, and it's free. It's pretty much a free night out.
Absolutely. Great event to look forward to here coming up in Marshall. But this week, the 3rd week of June, as we're taping here in the downtown part of Marshall, we have the Walldogs here. Many murals going up, most of them here in the downtown area,
Yeah.
some of them around Marshall. What can you say about this week, Camie? A very unique thing going on here, and nice new additions to your town.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. I think it's surprised a lot of people. It's really brought a lot of people into town. The murals are beautiful. They're absolutely, when they displayed them Wednesday night, they put them, revealed them. It was like, how are they ever going to have them done by Sunday? And wow. They've been doing a lot of painting, and it's pretty awesome.
And like I said, most of them are going to be in the downtown area. So that addition to your downtown area, certainly another thing to look forward to in the center of Marshall.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that bring people into town, and once they go into town and they drive around, they go to these murals, they're going to just see just how nice Marshall really is. I mean, it's a very clean, very nice community.
Do you have one favorite thing that has transpired here, or what have you enjoyed about seeing what has transpired here in the course of the Walldogs being here? Whether it be the artists, the murals, the people.
The people are great. Not only the artists, the people of Marshall are great. They've been out. They've been supporting the artists. I've had several artists say, we need something. All we got to do is click our fingers, and Jennifer and you guys are coming up with it. It's great. It's just been a really good experience. I was down razzing the guys doing the Gypsy Queen, painting her. They come from England, and they're the ones, the Brits. And before they come, they voted absentee to do Britex, to leave the EU. And it's like, I was kidding them. I said, thanks. My 401k just took a dive last night because of you guys. So I was kind of joking with them a little bit about that. But hopefully it'll be good for everybody.
A lot of fun artists from around the world here in Marshall. It's been fun watching them create these murals from scratch, and they're almost complete. And we're going to see a little bit more of that at the end of the program. Mayor of Marshall, Camie Sanders, thank you for being on City Spotlight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. And coming up next on City Spotlight, we'll talk more about the Walldogs with Jennifer Bishop of the Marshall Area Chamber of Commerce. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Marshall. And we're back here on City Spotlight. I'm joined now by Jennifer Bishop of the Marshall Area Chamber of Commerce. And Jennifer, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having us.
And it's been a pleasure being in here in Marshall for the Walldogs being here, the International Mural Painting event. And if you could remind our viewers just about how Marshall was able to get this and what kind of efforts did it take to get this here?
So this was 4 years in the making. They pick one community every summer and kind of descend on it. So back in 2012, we looked at it, thought about it, and thought, all right, let's try this. We did one mural in 2013, and at that point it was like, wow, there were a lot of people that watched it go up and really enjoyed it, and we had the opportunity to secure the date of 2016, and about 18 months to 24 months ago we were like, okay, we're doing this. Let's do this. Let's go full force. Let's do this. I was hoping to raise about $70,000 to make it happen. And with in-kind donations, we're probably close to the $150,000 mark. So it's been a great community effort. The community has really come together to help this project, not only financially, but volunteer-wise. And just the pride in our community has just really shown this weekend, more than I could have ever imagined.
Absolutely, I've seen that firsthand.
Good.
We'll show some of the sights and sounds of the Walldogs working, getting these murals painted from day one. And Jennifer, over these course of the first 3 days of the Walldogs working on the murals, it's truly been a unique thing for Marshall. And seeing all these artists here, I'm just curious. There's a lot of artists. How many artists are here roughly? And talk about the number of murals that you have going up.
Okay, so we have probably about 180 artists from 7 different countries. They have flown in from, you name it, they're here. We've had luggage in our office come late. I've had to go run home and get toothpaste for some of the overseas folks, but it's been fun. It's been a real blast. And then, what was your second question?
Oh, roughly how many murals are going up?
Oh, sorry. We have 16 murals going up. We have one glass piece,
right.
And then we already have 2 murals already in town, one that we did in 2013, and then inside the post office they have one. So by the end of this weekend, we should have 18 murals and one glass piece.
And most of the murals are going up in and around the downtown, so people can literally just drive around the downtown and see them.
Absolutely.
I've also noticed that there are some traveling murals that'll go up around Marshall.
Yes, there'll be one out at the interstate at the Title Max building. There'll be one at the high school as you walk into the gym to show some school pride. And then we'll also have another one out at Cloverfield Market, out near Lincoln Trail Park.
Very good. Central Illinois has had the Walldogs here recently since 2010. Danville and Arcola are the most recent towns, and now Marshall here in 2016. And see if I get all my facts here right. You have artists from around the world, from England, Germany, Scotland, New Zealand, Netherlands, Canada. I hope I didn't forget one. And many artists from Illinois and around the United States.
Absolutely.
It is truly an international event.
Absolutely, it is. And just to see and talk to them, and we were talking to the Scotland guys last night, and they were explaining to me how they letter and how they work their events, and they were over there making new signs for some of the businesses, and they've really gone above and beyond.
They have. It's a great collection of artists, and they are masters of their craft.
Definitely not mine.
I've seen Jennifer running around in a golf cart a lot of the times as I've gone from one mural to the other. How would you describe how this week has gone? I know there's one more full day left.
Yeah, well, Wednesday was fantastic. We had a welcome dinner for about 320 people. It was phenomenal. We had Abraham Lincoln and the Lions mascot and a couple other characters for some of the murals attend the dinner and take pictures with people, and that just set the tone for us. Thursday was a little crazy and hectic. It was extremely hot, and we all needed scaffolding and water and ice, and it was a crazy day. Yesterday, Friday, was phenomenal. We got to sit back, laugh, and enjoy, and just take in the art, much like the spectators were.
Is there anything that's been particularly surprised you or amazed you about how this event has gone on, whether it be a particular set of murals, the artists, or anything surprised you along the way?
No, not really. I just think it's exactly kind of what I pictured for the last 4 years. I think it surprises me that the community finally sees it. I think a lot of them had a hard time picturing it and visualizing it. I've always visualized it, but they haven't, so now they get to see it, they see it. But it's just been fun. It's been so much fun.
And speaking of visualizing, nice setup there. It's a lot of them are around the downtown, so it's going to be a part of this community.
for
people
many years.
drive around and you can't not, your eyes can't not gravitate to these murals.
The colors on these murals are vibrant. They're supposed to last 20 to 30 plus years.
Walking from mural to mural, the word that I heard was eye-popping, or they pop.
That's a great word for it. Yes, that's a great word.
How do you think these murals, and not to forecast the future, how do you think they'll help Marshall moving forward?
I think it's a great way to advertise our community. I think it's going to be a great asset to our community. I've had people come up to me and say, I never knew that about Marshall. How did you find that out? And I just kind of dug around and people let me know what was going on and what was in the past. And it's been amazing to learn the history of this community. And a lot of people are learning that history of this community. So it's been really, really cool.
One of the ones behind us is the Dog and Suds, and I talked to several people here, and they told me it was on the southern end of town, and so I've heard a lot of stories, especially about that '57 Chevy that's in that picture.
Well, it just was here a few minutes ago. It
yes.
was here with the original owner, so that was really cool to see.
Very neat thing. Before I ask you a couple more questions, before we're done here, Jennifer, anything else you'd like to add about the Walldogs being here in town and what it's done for Marshall?
So it's just been great. It's been a great economy boost. It's been a great economic development project. It's just been phenomenal all around, and I really hope that our community takes pride in what we've done and what we've accomplished as a community. This isn't a chamber project. This isn't my project. This is the community's project.
I've certainly had a lot of fun filming it and meeting a lot of the artists and the people here. Jennifer, as we wrap up here, let's ask you about a couple of events coming up here. The Walldogs are here at the third week of June. Coming up August 5th, we have the Night Out on the National Road, and then Autumn Fest September 16th and 18th. What are those events again?
Yeah, so I'm going to change a date on you.
Okay, sorry.
No,
That's
you're fine. August 12th is going to be the National Night Out.
Okay.
It's our last band concert, and it's a great opportunity for the entire family to come out for a free safety event. I think we had about 2,000 to 3,000 people last year, so we want to make it bigger and better this year.
Right.
Autumn Fest is September 16th through the 18th, and that's our annual festival. Lots of arts, crafts, wonderful food, and an amazing parade, and much more.
Long-standing tradition in Marshall. So
absolutely.
A couple of more events to look forward to checking out here in Marshall. And Jennifer Bishop of the Marshall Area Chamber of Commerce, thank you for being on City Spotlight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And we'll wrap up this show of City Spotlight on location in Marshall with some sights and sounds of the Walldogs here in town painting the new murals. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Mine's a little bit lighter.
Yeah, yours a little bit later.
But if we put them both together,
maybe we get the second coat today too. That'd be awesome.
nobody's left-handed in here, are there? Okay, here.
I'm a righty, man.
Brush. I gotta
I'm a righty.
show you.
All
So this is
right.
how it's done.
Oh Lord.
Left hand. See, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be in this video. See, gotta fill in those grooves, right? If you don't get the groove filled in, it's gonna look bad.
Pro, I'm going to have Mike take care of the background, and once we have that, so I won't be sketching everything here.
Yeah.
He's going to do the background, I'm going to work on the portraits and on the soldiers, and then maybe tomorrow night I'm going to project the signage and the books, and then we'll finish there.
That's perfect lettering, old-timey typewriter stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that's great.
I'm not good with your guys, you know, you're very intricate kind of.
No, that's what it
But
ought
just-
to be.
yeah,
That's
because
the
he
perfect
was-
style old typewriter.
It
yeah.
also, like, for this colony, he was a very masculine kind of macho. That's why I put the toy soldiers. He was very boot camp, kind of no feminine. I mean, there was only males and her. She was like the brain behind it all. So it was, but she wasn't anything feminine in a way. So it was all about boot camp and you know, guys getting to know how to write, and that was it.
We love the Walldogs. These are just my favorite people in the world. We get together. It's like a big reunion for all of us, and we can't wait to get back every year. So it doesn't matter where we paint as long as we got the same people to come in. Cornbread, of course, is from here, and so he organized all this, and I know he's real excited about this because this will be his own personal legacy as well as ours. but it's so exciting when this thing starts happening and all the townspeople start coming out, just like that group that was here a minute ago, and it brings everybody together. And then when we leave, all this history will be on the walls and for all the people here to see and discuss and tell their kids about. And also we really want the town to come in and help us paint so that it becomes their wall as much as ours.
How often do you get to do a part of a mural on former past president?
Well, I did a smaller auction piece, but not that often. Not that often. It's a little bit, you know, I'm from Georgia, and it's pretty cool to be able to paint Abraham Lincoln in his home state.
I know, but like it's kind of.
Pull tight. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
I was driving in this morning.
I don't want to outline with the darker color, the shadow. So.
I'm waiting for this.
I know. But okay, so I've
Oh,
done
over
here.
there.
You know, here we have that thing going.
Let's do that.
So I can last. Okay. But I need the grid for that, so that's what I'm saying. I don't want
we need
you
to put it back
go
on.
it. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
For you coming back to Marshall, what does this whole experience of being a part of the Walldogs and putting these murals up, what does this mean to you and why are you here?
Well, I'm here as the coordinator. I've been working with Jennifer Bishop for 4 years now, putting this event together. We actually started the journey back in 2012 in Arcola, Illinois, and it's just great to be here and actually seeing a lot of the people I grew up and knew when I was running around here as a kid on a bicycle.
John Rademacher was my grandfather. He moved here in 1908, and he started up a bottling business, his own private label, Rademacher and Son. He was the son of his dad, who helped sponsor him. And in 1939, he got the Double Cola franchise, in addition to all his other soda pop. And he was a prominent businessman in Marshall. Not only did he have his own bottling business, but he also made ice cream. He owned the candy kitchen. He owned pool hall. And so he was a very prominent businessman from 1908 to 1959 when his business closed.
What does this mean to you and your family?
Oh, it means a great deal. I think,
Are you putting a clear on top of this?
I mean, it's hard to express in words. I'd just say that we're honored that we were chosen. My grandfather and his family are a very prominent family here in Marshall for years, and we're the last of the relatives.
He never shorted you on ice cream.
Oh no, he
Get her to buy a dish of ice cream. He'd fill her up good. And he'd press it down and he'd eat another one.
Yeah, they'd always, hand dipped ice cream.
Yeah.
No, it's getting darker.
Oh, okay.
As time goes on, it's darkening up. That's interesting.
Beautiful. I want to see if I got the gold for this. The guys here are going to be working on the eagle. I can have you do the green first. And let me go get those brushes and away we go.
I mean, it's easier to do it now before I lay the black.
You're working with the brown now or with the black?
Black, but I'll leave this blank and then we can go in and fix the brown.
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine.
I got to paint the first mural in town, and that's the National Road mural, which that was back in 2013, so very special. And it's nice to have it here, and it's nice to have its brothers and sisters pop in with it now.
What makes you want to go from place to place? I mean, what is your absolute number one favorite thing about doing this, since you've been to so many of these now?
Hanging out with these people. They're just fantastic. They're fun. I learn a lot. It's really like a family for us. We just come together. It's only a 4-day thing, but we wait for it for the next year and can't hardly wait to get there. As soon as you get here, everybody's hugging. Just, hello, how we doing, you know. By Sunday, it'll be everybody in the town and all of us. We'll all be hugging together. And it's just this magic experience that it's like a drug. I'm hooked on it.
Just creating. Yeah, making stuff. Being able to produce something from nothing, that's mainly it.
That is drying really fast.
It's amazing to me the people that can paint, because I can see it, but transitioning to any kind of surface is not even possible.
What's the most rewarding thing of being a part of this?
I guess to be able to see something that wasn't here when we got here, and then when you look in your rearview mirror and you're leaving and there's 16 murals all over town, that's exciting and rewarding for all of us. It's just something that we see happen, and we see the magic come together, and all the people. A lot of these people in the town are going to say, "Wow, this was the most amazing experience," and we had no idea what was about to happen. We know, but they're going to find out this weekend how much fun this is, and it's just great. And a lot of the people who, like Delavan, Wisconsin last year, some of the team members that are not artists and not signed people, but they helped us out, they're here this year because they got the bug, same as me.
What this means to Marshall is that they've recaptured a little bit of their history, what some of them have forgotten. It's so the next generation knows what's going on. And you know, sometimes to know where you're going, you got to know where you're from. And now we have a great opportunity for people to know that and actually, you know, find out about their community. Because you know what? There's going to be a lot of people living here in this town for a long time, and now they're going to be able to point at the wall and say, yes, we did this, and this was us. And, you know, it tells their story, you know. And of course, I'm from the town, so I knew a lot of these stories before, so I you know, there were certain ones that I wanted to definitely see that we got on the walls, and I've seen a big sense of community pride, which is just excellent. People smiling from ear to ear, people talking, people hanging out. There's people who probably hadn't talked to each other in years. They're out here on the streets talking to each other now. So when you build that sense of community again, right, these people then have that link together. And then that's how they can move forward. And this little renaissance that we have done here this weekend will then carry on to the future. And that's the goal.
City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com.